गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स। क्लास 10th के लिए एसिड बेसिस एंड सॉल्ट्स चैप्टर से सेकंड वीडियो हम आज लेकर आए हैं आपके लिए। उम्मीद करते हैं कि फर्स्ट वीडियो आप सब ने देखा है और जो भी आपके डाउट्स हैं वो हमारे तक पहुंचाइए मैसेज के थ्रू या कमेंट बॉक्स में लिखिए। हम इस चैप्टर में आज क्या पढ़ने वाले हैं? वी आर गोइंग टू स्टडी नेचर ऑफ एसिड्स एंड बेसिस, basicity of acids, acidity of bases, strong and weak bases, dilution of acids and bases, alkali and their deliquescent nature. So let us start from the nature of acids. So first of all we try to find out what is common in all the acids and bases. So we can write the formula of some acids. For example, HCl, hydrochloric acid, H2SO4, sulfuric acid, HNO3, nitric acid, S3PO4, phosphoric acid. Okay, these are some acids. If we observe the formula of all the acids, then we can find out one thing is common. Okay. If we try to dissolve these acids in water, then what happens? All the acids breaks into ions. For example, it breaks into, we can put aqueous. Here it can be written as 2H plus SO4 negative aqueous. We can write that. Like this, H plus NO3, it breaks into H plus ions and NO3 minus. It breaks into 3H plus PO4. What do we observe? All the acids, they produce H plus ions, or we can say hydrogen ions, or we can say protons. H plus is also known as proton. Okay, so all the acids produce H plus ions or hydrogen ion in the aqueous solution. Okay. So this H plus ions, sometime you would find that instead of H plus, H3O plus is written. Why it is like this? Because H plus ion is very small in size and very reactive. That's why it reacts with water molecule to convert into H3O plus ions, or we can say hydronium ions. H3O plus ions are known as hydronium ions. So general definition we can give on the basis of ionization. Acids are the substances which produce H plus ions or hydronium ion in the aqueous solution are known as acids. So acids give H plus ions or hydronium ion in the aqueous solution. Okay, here we can see all the acids are not producing equal number of H plus ions when they dissociate, when they undergo ionization. HCl is producing 1 H plus ion, H2SO4 is producing 2 H plus ions, HNO3 is producing 1 H plus ion, phosphoric acid is producing 3 H plus ions. So the number of H plus ions produced by an acid is known as the basicity. Basicity of acid. So what is the basicity of S3PO3? PO4 it is 3, HNO3 it's 1, H2SO4 it's 2, HCl it's 1. So the number of H plus ions produced by an acid in the aqueous solution is known as its basicity. Okay, sometimes it may not be similar to the number of hydrogen ions as we are looking here. For example, H3PO3. It is not, its basicity is not 3, its basicity is 2. It is dibasic. If basicity is 1, then we call it monobasic acid. If it is 2, then it is dibasic. If it is 3, then it is tribasic. But S3PO3 phosphorus acid is not a tribasic acid. Why? Because due to its structure is like this. So the hydrogen attached to the oxygen, they only undergoes ionization to form H plus. This is not ionized. So only two H plus ions are produced by phosphoric acid. So phosphorus acid. So it is a diabasic acid, not the tribasic acid. Okay. So this is about the basicity. It is about the basicity of acids. Now we must go for what happens to the bases. Okay, what happens to the bases when they are allowed to dissociate in water? So I can write the formula of some bases. For example, NaOH, sodium hydroxide, KOH, potassium hydroxide, CaOH of all twice, calcium hydroxide, CuOH of all twice, cupric hydroxide. So these are all the hydroxides. So if we mix them in water, then what happens? They dissociate into ions. It also dissociates into iron, calcium ion and two hydroxide ions, copper ions and two hydroxide ions. Okay, if we aluminium hydroxide, then it produces an aluminium ion and 3 OH minus. So we can say all the bases, when they are allowed to dissociate in water, they produces hydroxide ions, OH minus ions. Okay, so we can say the chemical substances which give hydroxide ion in their aqueous solution are known as bases. Okay, so and one more thing, acidity of the bases. What do we mean by acidity of the bases? Acidity is what? Number of OH minus ions produced by an acid, dissociation of one molecule of an acid. For example, the acidity of sodium hydroxide is 1, potassium hydroxide is 1, calcium hydroxide is 2, aluminum hydroxide is 3. Okay, so then what happens to acid and bases and why they dissociate into water? Okay, so one example we would take. For example, this is a molecule of HCl. Okay, and this is one molecule of, just one example we are taking. This is one molecule of HCl. If we put it into water, the water molecule can be drawn like this. H2O. This is O and these two are H. This is what? This is a water molecule. So what happens? These ions are attracted by the water molecule. HCl is attracted by the positive part of water molecules. So these water molecules surround the positive part of water molecule surrounds the negative ion of acid, and positive part of acid is surrounded by negative part of so they are pulling them apart. They are pulling them apart. So what happens? These two ions dissociate with each other. The bond between them breaks, and they are completely surrounded by the water molecules. Then we can say they are the aqueous ions. So what this happens? Same thing happens here only. Here also, the positive part of water molecule is attracted by the negative part, and positive part of base is attracted by the negative part of the water molecule. In this way they are pulled apart and they dissociate to produce the ions in aqueous solution. Next thing is what? What is the meaning of strong and weak bases and strong and weak acids? Okay, so what are strong acids? We just take two examples. For example, this is HCl, hydrochloric acid. When it is put into water, what happens? It breaks into ions. Another example of acetic acid, which is present in vinegar. When this acetic acid is allowed to dissociate in water, then what happens? It also breaks into ions. But what is the difference between ionization of these two acids? HCl molecules are completely dissociating or getting ionized to produce ions. It means, suppose one example, if we have 100 molecules of HCl, then what do we find? Number of ions we find in the aqueous solution? We find all the 100 molecules divide into H plus and Cl minus ions. All 100 molecules are found in this form, ionized form. But in this one, what happens if we have taken 100 molecules, then only 5 molecules dissociates. The remaining 95 remains like unionized form. Okay, this is unionized form and this one is ionized form. So only few molecules dissociate to produce or getting ionized to produce H plus ions in acetic acid, but all the molecules are dissociating to produce ions in HCl. So we can say it is producing more number of H plus ions. It is partially dissociated, partially ionized. So it is producing less number of H plus ions. So this type of acids are known as weak acids and these are known as strong acids. So what are strong acids? Strong acids which undergoes complete ionization to produce a large number of H plus ions or hydronium ions, they are known as strong acids. The acids which undergo partial ionization, a few molecules are only ionized to produce ions, and then these type of acids are known as weak acids. Same thing is with the bases. Bases, strong and weak bases. Strong bases are completely ionized. Completely ionized means whatever amount we are taking, that whole amount undergoes ionization to produce ions. It undergoes dissociation to produce ions, Na plus ions and OH minus. Okay, for example, this one is NH4OH, NH4 plus OH minus. In this one, what happens? Only few molecules, not all, remaining molecules, suppose out of 100 only 10-12 molecules are found in this form, other 80 to 85 molecules are present in unionized form. So the strong bases are the bases which produces a large amount of OH minus ions due to complete ionization, and weak bases are the bases which produce only a little amount of or small amount of OH minus ions due to incomplete or partial ionization. So they are known as weak bases. Next, what we are going to study, what do you mean by dilution of acid? Dilution means if we have an acid and we want to increasing the amount of water in it. This increasing amount of water is known as dilution. And this dilution, acid plus water or base plus water. If we want to dilute acid and bases, we have to increase the amount of water. This process is known as dilution. at this dilution is what? This dilution is highly exothermic reaction. So how can we dilute acids and bases? We have to simply increase the amount of water. But there are two ways. Either we can put acid into water, or we can add water to the acids. We can put water to the bases or bases to the water. Which one is suitable for us? Actually, we need such a method. If large amount of heat is being released in exothermic reaction, that amount of heat should be absorbed by the reactants. If we are mixing in such a way, then it would not harm us. For example, if acid is poured into water, then what happens? The amount of heat which is released absorbed by the large number of water molecules. Okay, if vice versa we are doing, if we are adding water to the acids, then what happens? The released heat is not absorbed by the acids. The released heat is not absorbed by the acids because there is a lot of difference in the specific heat of water and acids. Water is having the highest specific heat, it can absorb a large amount of heat. So it is convenient to us while dilution we must add acid to the water, not water to the acids. Same procedure we have to follow with bases. While diluting, bases should be added to the water so that the released heat can be absorbed by the remaining water molecules. If we are doing vice versa, if we are adding water slowly to the bases, then what happens? The released heat is not absorbed by the base molecules. Okay, so many times this question is asked, what would happen if we are adding water to the acid or bases? Then due to exothermic reaction, heat would be released, and due to that heat, acid and bases may be splashed out. So instead of adding water to the acid and bases, we must add acid and bases to the water while diluting them. Then next questions, many times is asked, what happens to the strength of the acid and bases? What happens to the concentration of acid and bases when we are adding water to it? So for strong acid, what happens? If we are adding water in the strong acids, then what happens? They are already ionized. And if we are adding more water in it, then what happens? Number of ions remain same because they are already ionized. So no position of increasing the dissociation or ionization. So number of ions is fixed. If we are adding more amount of water, then what happens? The number of H plus ions per unit volume decreases. Number of ions is fixed, only the volume is increasing. So the number of H plus ions per unit volume continuously decreases. That's why we can say for the strong acid, if we dilute them, then what happens? Concentration decreases. Concentration decreases. But what for the weak acids? Example, we can take acetic acid, CS3COOH. It is ionized into acetate ions and H+. But only a few, only 5% of acid is ionized. But what happens when we are adding more amount of water molecule in it and diluting it? Then what happens? The dissociation increases. It may increase from 5 to 10%. So what happens? Earlier only 5% H plus ions were present. Now 10% H plus ions are present. So what is happening when we are diluting the weak acids? Their ionization also increases. That's why the strength of weak acid increases while diluting the weak acids. Okay, so for strong acid, concentration decreases, H plus ions decreases, and for the weak acids the dissociation or ionization increases while adding the water, then their concentration also increases or their strength also increases. Last one is alkali. What are alkali? We have heard many times alkaline. So alkali, before alkali, you may find bases may be of two types. First one is water soluble and second one is water insoluble. Some bases are soluble in water and some bases are insoluble in water. So the bases which are soluble in water are known as alkali. For example, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide. These are easily soluble in water. That's why they are water soluble bases, and these water soluble bases, another name for water soluble bases is alkali. Second one is water insoluble. For example, copper oxide or copper hydroxide. These bases, it is also basic, but it is insoluble. Okay, so we can say one statement: all alkali are the bases, but all the bases are not alkali. Okay. Next one is deliquescent nature. If we keep few pellets or few crystals of sodium hydroxide or potassium hydroxide in a china dish and keep it open, then what happens? After some time they absorb the moisture from atmosphere. From the air, moisture is absorbed, and due to this absorption, what happened? Slowly these crystals become wet and they absorb more and more moisture, and at last they dissolve in the amount of moisture absorbed. So it appears as a liquid. Okay. So this property of absorbing a large amount of moisture and they turns into liquid and they become soluble in it. So this nature is known as deliquescent nature. Okay. One more thing you have heard, hygroscopic. So there is slight difference in hygroscopic and deliquescent nature. Basic thing is here, same in hygroscopic also, moisture is absorbed. In deliquescent also, moisture is absorbed. But hygroscopic molecules, they absorb a little amount of moisture. But in deliquescent, they absorb a large amount of moisture and they appear to be dissolved in that moisture. Okay, so they appear as a liquid after exposing them to in the air. In the open air for a longer time. This nature is known as deliquescent nature. That's all for today's class. Hope you enjoyed it. Keep learning, being at your home. Take care, be safe. Thank you so much.